Okay. All right, man. Nokiiyo back with another video. Noki for short. I've been streaming for the last 30 days. Now, I didn't know how I want to do this video, but I think I want it to be like a journal entry style video because I want to update this video when I hit 60 days, so on. Right now, I know for some people that click this like, yo, stream for 30 days. That's easy. I could stream for 30 days. You probably could. A lot of people have already, right? You probably have, a creator that you like that's been streaming every day for the past 2 years, which is awesome for them, right? Good on them. But this is my personal experience. And for me, I have enough boldness, and I honestly think my experience is worth sharing. Now, why you might ask, look at me bumping my shit. Why you might ask is, if I'm being honest with you all and being honest with myself, I've always been the kind of person to start something and not finish it. A new project, great. I'll work on it for a few days, drop it, right? Want to get in shape. I'm in the gym for like, a week, drop. Learn Japanese, right? I'm on Duolingo for like 18 days. I'm seeing the streak go up, drop, right? Now that was the old me. I didn't do that this time around. So that's already why I'm feeling good about hitting these 30 days. Okay. I've been, sticking with it. I've been sticking with it. Also, even the gym. I've been in the gym since July 28th. And I've been in that joint for like 4 or 5 days out the week each time. Okay. I think I had maybe 2 weeks where I was 3, but you get the point, right? I'm being consistent. There's a lot of consistency going on here, right? But I won't make a video about that. To be honest, I don't really see why I would make, gym video, but this is about Twitch. Okay. Let me scroll down so I could have my little notes here. Now, let's talk about these last 30 days. Going into this, I had no idea what the outcome would be. I had 22 followers on Twitch. All I wanted to do and all I planned on doing was just hitting the start streaming button in OBS. That's it. Just hit start streaming every day. Once I got home from work, that's it. No game plan for what I want to stream. No schedule, nothing. Just start streaming, and hopefully I would stay consistent with it this time around. Okay. Now, they say it takes about, They say it takes about 21 days to form a habit. Now I know that number is widely considered a myth. Some people say it takes 30. You got those boys out in the UK that suggest it takes 18 to 254 days to form a habit, with most people feeling like it took 66 days for that habit to be fully incorporated into their daily routine, right? This is a highly cited article. You go look it up if you want to. Now, before you lose interest, because, brain, TikTok, all that, remember, building habits are different for everybody. You could be somebody where you take 14 days to build a habit. It could be even less, right? Regardless, it's different for everybody. You could do something 14 days, 15, 12, and now all of a sudden your brain want to make sure you make space to do it every day. Now, only reason why I'm bringing up this habitual data is because as I was writing my thoughts down for this, I was thinking about those things of how long does it take to build a habit, etc. Right? And I feel like it makes good, substance to the video instead of just using talk no jutsu and pulling on your heartstrings. Okay. So with that out the way, let's talk about the start. I began this again, like I said, 22 followers, no game plan, schedule, nothing. I just know that consistency yields results. Shout out my pop for that. Even if it wasn't growth or monetary gain, whatever, right? I just knew for me, I wanted to know that I was consistent with something, right? I just wanted the satisfaction for myself of saying, man, I really locked in and I did this specific thing for this many days, right? That was it. That's all I wanted to do, right? Same thing about having goals and stuff for the new year. I had different goals and things like that. Started some of them, dropped them, you know, things like that. But for this, I just got the urge. I'm like, you know what, man? Let me lock in and let me do this. Okay. So that's what I did, right? I wanted to do that. And in addition to that, I also just wanted to finally take YouTube and streaming like seriously. You know, I've always liked watching streams. I've always liked watching my favorite YouTubers, you know, do streams. And over the past couple years, I've actually liked watching other people stream, right? I have favorite streamers I like, you know? And even over that last couple years, I've posted my own YouTube videos and my own streams, and you know, did my own streams every now and then. But this time I want to be serious, right? I feel like there's enough space on the internet for me. And even as I was, you know, writing this down, you know, earlier when I'm, you know, putting down my thoughts, and as I'm saying this out loud in front of the camera, I can see how that last 30 days of streaming has changed my mindset, right? In a space with 7 million some streamers, there's still room for me. And not gonna lie to you, I genuinely, believe that shit. Okay. Now, how much space is there for me? No idea. I have no idea. But I know there's enough for me to occupy some of that. And I'm gonna stick with that. You know, I know there's room. Now, for the first few days of me going live, you know, I was just doing your typical stuff, you know, playing the games that I like, playing some Marvel Midnight Suns, playing some Fortnite, you know, WWE 2K24. That's my game, man. I am Booker of the Year, you know, me and Shawn Michaels. Okay, I'll put the stuff up so you can see it. I get amazing Booker damn near every show. Okay, if you don't, I'll try to find a VOD to put in the video. If not, come to the stream. You can find out yourself. Now, that's what I was doing, playing my games. You know, had about 1, you know, to 2 viewers, 1 to 4 viewers popping in and out of stream. Right, I had some friends, you know, stopping by to come and stream, say hi and chat. You know, typical stuff with someone, you know, with a small following. But I loved it. I didn't mind, you know, chatting or streaming, I should say, to just 1 to 2 viewers. Most of the time, you know, there were times where I had 3, but even without, you know, a bunch of viewers or even people chatting, I was having fun. Now, part of this might be because, you know, I'm used to YouTube and posting videos and I'm getting, you know, my, you know, 3 views, 4 views, whatever. So for me, I'm like, you know, it's not that big of a difference, right? But even without, you know, having tons of people in chat or tons of, you know, people in viewership as far as actually someone watching stream, I was still having a lot of fun. And about a week in, I realized how much I enjoyed it. And I kind of noticed that feeling, but I didn't really know how to word it at first. I just knew I was loving it and loving what I was doing. You know, it was really cool. I even had a moment where a viewer had asked me, he's like, yo, like, where you been? Like, you know, what's going on and all that stuff. And I was like, wow, that's crazy that somebody remembered me from the times when I was streaming, you know, fairly consistently, even when I was on and off. Like there was, you know, a person that remembered me. It's like, hey, like, where you been and stuff? I'm telling them what's going on. You know, they're updating me. You know, we're talking about One Piece, talking about PS5 stuff, all of that, right? Super cool. I also did some streams with my friend on his platform, you know, which was really fun. You know, there's some dope moments from over these last 30 days. And another cool thing about this experience was I found out another thing that I really like doing, which was going through my VODs for clips. Now, before you get in the comments talking about, oh, bro's a farmer. Damn, that's what I was like, bro. That's what you like about streaming, is going and finding clips, you trying to bait and stuff. Whoa, relax. Okay, calm down. I like going through my VODs for clips because I never really looked at it the way I did now. You know, before it's like, yeah, like, you know, the farming thing, I be seeing clips all over the TikTok, you know, you see the clip pages, all that stuff, right? Now, I know the importance of clips, you know, and, you know, I am going through VODs to find good gameplay moments, but also funny clips. But I really liked going through them because it's another way to capture like moments and memories, especially when you're playing with friends, and save them. You know, same thing with freaking videos, pictures and stuff on your phone, or even text and screenshots, whatever, right? It's cool to have like memories and stuff you can go back to, or even just like when you're chatting with your homies and it's like, oh man, like you remember what's it called when we were doing whatever, and it's like y'all joking about it, right? It's the same thing, at least for me, with the VODs, which is why I was like, man, this is super cool. Like I really like being able to go to these clips and save them. You know, I'm like, I even had one where I saved and I sent it to my homie. I was like, dude, like, look at this shit. And you know, he's like laughing, right? So that's another thing I realized that I liked about doing this during this 30 days of streaming. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there were some times where, you know, I did feel a little where I was like, okay, well, I don't know if what is it, like, if I really want to stream today, right? You know, I'm like, man, you know, I got like 1 or 2 people in here, you know, most of the time. I don't feel like, you know, there's that many people here in general. I'm like, even the person that, you know, was chatting to me is like, oh man, like, you know, where you been and stuff. It's like, you know, if that happens again, he's not tripping, right? I can miss one day won't hurt. But I stuck with it because, you know, it's like, that's what happens when you're trying to do something new or like try to keep something up. You always get those negative thoughts that creep in. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. And even when I had those negative thoughts on that day or those days, I still kept with it. And one of the things that happened when doing that is I had a great time doing it on that same day, right? And it kind of forced me to, you know, do something different, not just play the game, right? You know, so it's like, man, like I ain't even eat dinner yet. Like I gotta eat, and then by the time I'm done, it's gonna be 10:30. It's like it don't even make sense to stream. Like I'll just skip, right? I'm trying to rationalize, you know, be logical about giving myself an excuse to not keep this, you know, goal and finish this goal out, right? So I'm like, okay, you know, well, I'm gonna stream. You know, I'm gonna just take my dinner and what's it called, watching reactions, because you got mukbangs, all this other stuff. So I'm like, you know, I'll just do that. So, you know, I'm doing reaction stuff. I was put in just chatting, dinner's reactions. I'm eating dinner, watching, what was I watching? Like SAO or Bridge and stuff. Bunch of different things, right? I got people, you know, coming in, providing suggestions and be like, hey, like you should check this out, or have you checked this out yet? And I'm like, nah, but what's called, I'll look into it, right? So it's like, doing that, I'm getting people chatting with me and all this stuff. All this to say, like, this was the part where it kind of got tough, right? Where I'm like, man, I don't want to do this today. And I did. And I got, you know, positive stuff out of it, which helped me get through, because in the thing of building habits or doing something for a consecutive amount of days in a row, when you do those things on the days you don't want to, that's where it makes it easier for you to do it the next day. Even for me, again, like I said, I've been in the gym at the same time since July 28th, still gone. What's it called, been in the gym. So that's also why I'm saying that. It's like, even for the gym's harder than streaming for sure, right? Lifting weights, all that. I still am like, you know what, I'm gonna go today, right? So for me, it's like, man, and I feel better. And now it's at the point where it's like, damn, well, I need to make sure I go today because I want to get it in. Or it's like, man, I'm not feeling good. Let me go to the gym so I could feel better, right? So I was starting to get that a little bit. Now, in this, what's it called? when I'm still doing this, I realized something. I realized that it's not just the editing part and just playing video games, but I realized that I started to get to the point where when I was streaming, I felt like the people that were coming into my stream were coming into my stream for the same reason I go to someone else's stream, right? I'm putting myself in the perspective of a viewer because I still am one at the end of the day. I feel like when we are watching, you know, the content creator we like, it's for various reasons, right? We really like their stuff, you know, it's the enjoyment. Sometimes we just want background noise, or it's the vibe, you know, that they have. Like Corey Kenshin, that's, you know, Corey Kenshin, Berleezy. I know I have a lot of acquaintances who those two dudes, those are their favorite creators to the day they die, right? You know, anytime they want to watch some, they turn it on. I was like, I got one homie who watches Berleezy's videos religiously, and has seen tons of them. More like he watches it the same way my brother watches, the same way regular people watch episodes of shows from series we like over and over again. Like bro will watch that one specific Berleezy Rose video, or not watch, has seen it like 80 times. Okay, right? That's his favorite. I got homies, those are their favorites, right? For me, my favorites, Afro Senju, Valkyrie, Renegade, Savannah Banana, Rhyme Style, Syriax, right? These are all streamers and YouTubers that I love watching, right? And I love watching their stuff, you know, because there's a feel good element to it, right? Not even when I'm just down and I'm like, you know what? Let me go turn on Afro's video because he posted the Wukong playthrough. And even though not super hype about the game, I know that I'm gonna be entertained watching that. And I know I like the energy he has in his video because he be getting mad, doing whatever, right? There's always some kind of feel good element to the person you like watching. Now, that's what I feel like I was starting to give off in my streams because I've been a viewer for so long. And even though I don't have that many viewers, I still felt like I was making a connection with those that would come by. And the reason why I feel like this is because, like I said, I'm putting myself in the perspective of a viewer, but also those moments where, you know, I do get a few chats where it's like, hey, like, you should try this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, for sure. Or it's like, man, like, you know, on your stream manager on Twitch, if you try streaming at all, you can see how many viewers you have and how long you've been streaming. So it's like, yeah, you could just start, you're on for 30 minutes, you have one person, now you're at an hour, they're gone. But it's like, no, I've, having these, two people in here for 3 hours, right? So I'm like, there's some connection here that's being made, and that's what I felt like was being made. And I'm bringing this up to say that that whole thing has become one of my like cornerstones, like a value or like a core reason on why I want to continue streaming, and also why I want to make my videos and take this more seriously, is because I feel like, I am invoking that in people. And also that's something that, I want to do. I want to build a community with shared interests that I have, and be someone that people look forward to watching. But I also want people to, come watch my stuff. It's like when you see, oh, Nokiiyo went live, or Nokiiyo just posted, right? I want you to be like, oh, snap, like, let's go, right? And I know that might sound a little corny, but my nigga, I'm gonna stand 10 toes on that. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real, right? So with that, I just wanted to throw that in there. But also, the biggest thing out of this last 30 days, and this happened probably on day 26, right? Something kind of unexpected happened for me, and it was a real big bonus. I was playing Fortnite, and I got a follow alert, and I was really excited about the follow alert because it was what is it? I can't speak. I can't speak. I was really excited about the follow alert because I had spent a lot of time in stream elements. That's another thing that I realized from this 30 days of streaming is just really love nerd shit, man. So it's like I'm in stream elements, making custom alerts and all that stuff, right? Having a great time. Now I still have a lot of alerts I need to do, but I made a follow alert, where it's the Tanjiro GIF, and I made sure the colors match and everything and all that. So when it went off, I was really excited because it's not like, having my brother or like my friend be like, hey, can you follow me so I can test this and make sure it works? No, I actually got some follows. So when I'm like, oh, snap, that's dope, right? I'm like, okay, cool. Like, shout out, so-and-so, appreciate you for the follow. And then I get another one and another one and another one and another. And I was like, okay, hold on, what the fuck going on here, right? And I got my first raid. Now I went from 22 to 105 followers. Now that might not seem like a lot for some people. Like, bro, 100 followers. Bro, it's not easy to get followers on Twitch, okay? I feel like Twitch and YouTube have the same kind of thing as far as the difficulty and growth, okay? So even for my 500 some subscribers I got on YouTube, shout out all you guys, love y'all. None of that is easy. Okay, so for me, I'm like, oh snap, we got 100 in this. Let's go, right? It was crazy. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Happy wellness or happy well? Is that what it says? Happy wells? Jeez. Oh my gosh. I feel like the Patrick clip where he's under the house. He's like, who are you people? Jeez, man. I appreciate everybody for all this love, man. This is insane. What is happening right now? Yes, this is very much awesome. Oh my gosh, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Also, you need 50 to become affiliate. So right now, I'm on the road to affiliate, okay? What's it called? I got to average 3 viewers and we got affiliate, baby. Then we could get the subs using the prime joints, all that, right? So I was hyped. I was going crazy. I was like, what the heck? And I never expected this to happen. I never expected it. Now, it was a bonus because for me, like I said at the start of this, I wasn't streaming for 30 days to get these kind of results, right? I'm like, if they came, they came. I was streaming for these 30 days because I just wanted to prove something to myself. I just wanted to build consistency in an area of my life, in something in my life that I was passionate about. And if something like that did happen, it would be a bonus. And even it happening, it wasn't something I'm like, oh man, I hope it happens while I'm doing this. I genuinely was just like, no, I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna do this. And when I'm done, I'm gonna be happy with what happened. And I wanna, be able to have something to say from doing this, right? So I was really hyped. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest. It did feel like a bit of a reward for my consistency. And I was super hyped. And it did give me a boost to kind of push through that last like 4 days, and hit that 30 going full stride through the finish line. But that wasn't the main thing about it, right? It did give me a, sense of confirmation. Like I said, it's like, man, like, okay, I really do feel like there's space for me on this platform because, I got someone that I've never watched before sending me a raid telling me they watched the stream and what's it called, that I'm the GOAT. And I'm like, yo, I appreciate that, right? It was a really cool experience. It was insane. And so that was like the highlight of one of the main highlights of doing this for the 30 days And I'm, sharing this experience with you because I'm just like, I've seen similar videos, I feel like on YouTube where it's like, oh, hey, I did this for 30 days, or even on TikTok where it's like, oh, here's how to X your viewership, blah, blah, right? And doing this, right? I think sometimes that's not how it plays out. Sometimes it's a little more realistic where it's like, yeah, you start at 22, you do it for 30 days, you go to 105, right? And that's okay. I wasn't expecting, oh shit, like I'm finna go to 22 to like 10K, right? And it's like, oh shit, go on my TikTok, go from 1200 to what's called 30K, right? None of that. I was just like, I'm gonna do this specific task for 30 days and see what happens. And even the part of seeing what happens, that's more of a bonus. I really was just doing it for 30 days because I wanted to prove something to myself, and the fact of doing something for 30 days and doing it consistent, and not just like what's called something work related, because people are like, oh, well, yeah, well, it's easy to, do stuff work related for that amount of time because it's your job. You got to do it, right? But for things outside of that, it's like, no, I didn't have to do this, right? I wanted to. And so I was really excited about that and really just happy and proud of myself for doing these things, right? And so all of this to say that, one, if you're thinking about doing something that is on the internet, man, just do it. Like, and I know you've heard this a bunch of times and everything, but hopefully hearing it from somebody that is in a similar position to you, where I'm just a regular guy, I go to work, I'm be minding my business, I come home, what's it called, and I, record, I hit record or hit stream just because I like doing it, right? And that you could do the same thing. Sometimes you might hit what's it called, some crazy, and it's like, yeah, you might freaking go crazy. Or you might just have, small little moments where it's like, oh shit, like this is dope. And I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to continue, So yeah, that's the main spiel for it, man. I just wanted to share my experience because it was positive. I had some negatives, where I'm like, man, like I was in my own head and stuff, but I pushed through and I'm happy about it. And I just want to share that, because part of, me taking, this stuff a bit more seriously is, trying to have some kind of transparency or something, right, for the stuff I'm doing. And I feel like this is a cool way to do it, which is why I was saying at the start of the video that I want to make this more like a journal entry, because I want to do another update on this for 60 days, 90, whatever. Like we get to 365 and it's like, oh, snap. Like, it's crazy, right? And also too, if you come to the stream, I'm keeping track of this, it'd be like, oh, we're on day 31, right? So, yeah, I just want to share that. And I hope that, if this is in front of you and you've been thinking about streaming or making YouTube videos or whatever, like, bro, just do it. Like, you probably got a damn iPhone or Samsung in your pocket. Go ahead and use that joint. Like, you got CapCut. It's really not hard, But yeah, and I hope to see some of y'all that watch this, in the YouTube comments or on stream. What's called, I will be live every day because I'm still going. I'm planning on keeping my streak going as long as possible. So I'll see you over there too. And yeah, drop down, any suggestions for stuff as far as like stream stuff, if there's a game that you've been playing or a game that you want to play, but you can't get it yet, you've been trying to look for somebody that played, nobody playing it. Or if you like me, or you feel like you like me, like, yo, this guy seemed kind of cool. Hey, bro, I feel like you'll like this game. Try this. Come stream, tell me, and I'll, look at it. So yeah, that's it for me, man. Yeah, I'm Nokiiyo, and I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'll be on stream. I'll be on YouTube, and you could catch me in the next one. You can also catch me on stream. I'm telling you, I'm streaming every night. So, yeah, with that, I think we're out here, player. So, peace.